Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you're crew here, thanks so much for your subscribe.
I told you that the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song sounds like children screaming in a basement.
If you told me that, I would say you got way too much time on your hands.
Because I'm not lying.
Under the sea.
Okay, now let's slow that down.
Yo, why does this ghost keep taking his pants off? What's going... Dude, what was happening? Well, we got the spirit of a sexual predator out here?
It is considered to be mysterious. They're not 100% certain of it. However, the consensus is that it was a volcanic dome that had risen and collapsed multiple times, like 100 million years ago, allegedly. I say allegedly, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with that. I'm just saying I would like to know where sometimes they get these figures from. Like, explain to me why it was 100 million years ago and not 99 or 98, because here we are talking about how crazy things changed in just the last 12, 13,000 years. So when they throw around these numbers, 1 million years in itself is an incredibly long period of time. But getting back to your question.
Where's your wife? That's what I asked. You're the last person to see her. Where is she, Steve?
Could there be a possibility that that's the way it looks on the other side of that ice wall?
It's a possibility. It could look like that, but we don't know. Once they let people go, I elect you, researcher, to go over there and see what's over there. When you don't text us back, we'll know you got there safely.
Now, to me, if there's not anything on the other side of that ice wall, why do they guard it so much? Why is it not allowed to just explore and go out there and just see for ourselves what's over there? Why is it guarded so much? Now, like I said before, I'm not saying this is real, but look at all the intricate details. Look at this city. Now, I know there's a lot of maps that do talk about cities underneath the ice caps and even on the other side of these ice caps. And there's even maps out there, which I am going to show one. So could these maps show beyond the ice wall? And also, are there passages where you could get beyond the ice barrier?
Could be. There could be. Could you be doing too much?
This horrible video out there shows where these two fitness coaches get sucked into the sea and drown after jumping off of this cliff. So up at the top of the cliff was Emma that we just saw, and the other shadow up there was this guy here, Daniel, and then this is his wife, Daria, who's also filming the whole entire thing. And this is near a cove in Spain where she jumps off of this cliff here into these waters in an attempt to climb back up the wall of the rocks. Now, once she's in the water, she can't get back up. The water is raging too bad, pushing her against the rocks, pulling her away. It's way stronger than she expected. And you know what? Water's not a game. It's not something to be played around with. It is extremely strong. And so it kind of sucks her away from that wall and down this little channel right here, which is a little bit closer to like where the edge of the rocks would be. This is a viewpoint of that, so you can kind of see it right here. And then this is Daniel. He had ran over around the edge to see if maybe he could grab her hand. And when he can't grab her hand, he decides to just jump in thinking, hey, this is kind of shallow right here. In his mind, maybe, hey, listen, if I can get here, I can get on the rocks, I can pull her back out. And he's actually able to do it. This is him holding onto the edge of the cliff with her in his hands. And as she comes around with the camera, he's actually able to get right up here on the rocks with her and pull her up to where they can at least breathe.
Something I like to tell my female friends: don't jump in. Everyone's going to be sexist. Oh, you should help her. You shouldn't have jumped in the ocean. That's why on the date, I'm asking you questions. So what do you like to do? Oh, you like to go in the ocean? Date's over.
But that's when like a sudden burst of waves kind of comes pulling along. And now he's holding on with one hand and holding on to her with the other hand. And you can just see by the raging waters around, this is an extremely large amount of water and it's extremely powerful. And this is the wave here that comes along and does them in. Because once it crashes, it smashes into all of them and slams them and even slams her. And just next thing you know, there's nothing but white water. And so she begins screaming on the camera, looking for them frantically, but she can't see them. They're under the water. A few seconds goes by, and you can see his head pop up right here against the edge of this rock, right before it's once again covered from water, and the filming ends. They'd later find Emma's body about 2 miles away from here, and his body the following day, also very far from this place.
The moral here: don't jump in the ocean.
He basically put a restraining order against me.
Who did this?
Andre. And only people I know you put a restraining order against somebody unless it's a battered woman, like a wife, a baby mama. I didn't know a so-called gangster rapper would go put a restraining order against another man.
Right.
Wait, man, what? It's called the It's
very, because I know the way
Is that why you're saying he's gay?
I'm saying he's gay because there's a guy named Bruce and they've been sleeping together for years.
Oh.
And we had a meeting. We had these meetings in the red room, right? And once we had these meetings, you have to put everything on the table. Everybody has some drinks and wouldn't nobody lie. Because if anybody get caught lying, it was always a consequence.
Right.
Wait, did he just explain some type of Masonic ritual?
Tupac stood up and said, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. Dre, use a f***. Dre said, first of all,
right,
I'm not a f***. He said, okay, well then you're homosexual. He said, I'm not a homosexual. I'm bisexual.
These meetings are
so
something
he
else.
Said, you bisexual. He said, see, that's another thing I don't want to do. I don't want to be doing songs with a guy who's then Dre said, Pac, I thought you was smart. You still dumb. If I want a woman, I'm a bisexual because I like to get my.
Oh my.
Well, let me just say,
what a meeting.
Robin is correct. What a meeting. I didn't know that I thought we were going to talk about the budget, market shares. I don't want any share of that market.
I put a microchip in my arm and it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need. A credit card, my ID, my medical info, and even my keys. And when it's time for groceries, you just tap your wrist and bam! Transaction done. It's like magic. In a medical emergency, it can save my life. Experts can easily identify me and my medical history. I feel like a sci-fi character and I'm loving it. This amazing chip is totally free. That's right, no more digging into your pockets. And the best part, the surgery is quick. They'll give you a cookie afterwards.
I put a microchip in my arm and it's the best thing ever. I love eating chips, potato, plantain, paint, so I love the idea of having a chip in my arm. My chip has all my medical information and my ID, so it's super easy for the government to sell my information to China. I can pay for things easily with just the tap of a wrist, like groceries and coffee. It's amazing. Hey, thanks for the coffee. What? Oh, you walked past the code where it just charged you. surgery was painless and easy. I was only in the hospital for 4 weeks. I feel like a robot because if it rains, I get electrocuted. Now I ship Bitcoin. If I have an anti-American thought, the NSA shows up at my apartment and kidnaps my dog. I haven't seen him in weeks.
That's I get it. Oh, wow.
What's it? Hey, Hoda and Matt, good morning to you both. You know, we all know people complain that their companies treat them like machines. Well, 3 Square Market is sticking it to their folks today using these needles. Now, let me show you first what this microchip looks like.
Why is this Negro so excited? People say their jobs are garbage. Well, today,
it is about the size of a grain of basmati rice. So Patrick here is the CIO. Andy is a licensed body piercer. So let it rip. We're going to see this now. I can't look. I can't look. Needle is in. Chip is in.
Bingo.
What he talking? He lying. I can't look. But you staring right at it.
Not very much blood at all. Patrick, how'd that feel?
Better than get my wisdom teeth out.
Okay, and you're still conscious.
Yeah.
Patrick, how'd that feel? Better than getting my arm chopped off. Better than getting my testicles removed. Better than getting barbecued on an open flame in front of the Rothschild family. It feels better than that.
So check this out. I'm blocking out with this piece of paper and this pen certain keywords that you don't want on your Instagram just because it puts that stupid thing to cdc.gov. But look at this QR code. The QR code that people have holds a lot more information on them than they may think. Okay, this is Canada's QR code, but many countries have a similar thing. Look at all the information it has on you. Religion, organ donor, driver's license, marital status, non-essential access, reserved for future use. So that's a thing that they're going to have more info in the future. Allergies, gender identity, smoker, sex. Are you a firearms owner? Are you a restricted firearms owner? Do you have any warrants? And then look at this. What's your credit score? How many accounts do you have? How much do you owe? What did you make this year? What did you make last year? This is how much information that QR code will have. This will be the social credit system on steroids, if not a carbon copy of it. And this is what people is being imposed on. That's being imposed on them. And the only power this has is the power you give it. If everyone refuses, good luck with this system, man.
How you gonna tell me the only power it has is the power that I give it? And then also say, good luck, man. Why is a tank just on the highway doing calisthenics? Look at the tank. The tank just... about to go blow some shit up today.
Attacking force.
He was so high, he climbed up in a tree and said, hey.
Smart dust. And the new technology may soon make it possible to keep track of anything, anywhere, including you.
Smart dust originated with DARPA back in the 90s. This powder-sized chip is something called the Mu chip from Hitachi. It's the smallest commercially available RFID system in the world. You can literally scatter this stuff like dust or embed it into a sheet of paper. It doesn't require a battery. Flecks of computing power settling on your skin, ingested, monitoring you inside and out.
The nanoparticles are designed to go under the radar of the immune system, and so they are undetected in the body.
We have computing everywhere, we have connectivity everywhere, we have infrastructure that can compute those with new capabilities like AI.
If you have enough data and you have enough computing power, you can understand people better than they understand themselves, and then you can manipulate them in ways which were previously impossible.
Transhumanism is a growing movement that aims to use technology to modify our bodies, sometimes in radical ways to make them stronger, faster, and better.
One of my partners told me in the last days, people will walk past the cemeteries and wish that they was there. What if these things make you stay alive? Super long. Psst, you can't even pray for death because it don't come for another 100 years. he came in there, the guy was sitting on a bed. He just started poking him in his head after he got rid of everybody else. Savage. See, now the music makes it sound like it's sad, but this was a choice. This was a choice. How much money? Well, I mean, never say never, nigga. I mean, damn. If you stayed till now, leave it in the comments. I'll see you next time.